Kougyoku Ren is, like many other characters in Magi, quite complex. It's too difficult to sum up her character in a word or two, but she is an outstandingly great character. That much is definitely true. I do also believe that Kougyoku is a popular character in the fanbase, and I'll try to do my best to do her character justice in this video. And this video comes courtesy of Lizard, who requested for a video on Kougyoku. And if you enjoy Magi content like this, be sure to subscribe. I make Magi content like this as often as I can. I'll try and do it more often because I've been a bit inconsistent. Now, without further ado, let's get into Kougyoku Ren, the youngest of the 8 princesses of the Ko Empire. As I stated in the intro, Kougyoku Ren has a fair amount of depth to her as a character. She can be quite jealous and spiteful due to her own insecurities. She can be stubborn when it comes to certain things, but she can be very soft-hearted towards those who are dear to her. She can also appear to be quite intense and serious, especially when it comes to fighting, as she has quite a lot of pride in herself in that aspect. It's actually one of her hobbies is to practice her swordplay, and it's also a specialty of hers. At times she can even be a little bit playful, and that's when she lets her guard down. Usually that's for characters like Aladdin, who she can be a bit more relaxed around. A lot of Kougyoku's insecurities come from her not being born into royalty like her siblings were. Well, she was born into royalty, but she wasn't the main branch royalty. She is the daughter of a lowly courtesan, which is why she looks down on herself and even calls herself a lowly. It was actually through battle and training that she's able to find purpose in herself or of herself. Kougyoku is one of those characters that wear their emotion on her face, which is personally a character trait I really like. When she wants to show malice, her face is like that of a terrifying demon. When she's bashful and embarrassed, her face will go bright red and she'll hide it. It's simple characters like this that usually make for the most interesting ones, in my opinion at least. Now, with her backstory, she is the youngest daughter of the first emperor's younger brother, Kougyoku Ren. And in a similar way to Alibaba, she wasn't born into royalty, but it was when her father became the emperor, then she became royal. And because she had no relatives or anything in the palace, she was kind of on her own, which did not make for a great childhood. It's a very similar situation to Ren Koha if you watched the video I made on him, or if you remember his own backstory. Eventually she had the assistant Kobun Ka, which everyone knows, it's that guy who always hangs around her and helps her. And with her help, he was able to, get her on track and to get her on with her life. She actually has quite a good relationship with her brothers and Judal. Judal and her are actually pretty good friends. And I mean, as for her current history, obviously in the Balbat arc, she was introduced as kind of an antagonist, a villain, not very likable, because we see her malicious side. In the Sindra arc is when we actually get to know her, is when we find out her other sides of her personality. And it's actually really nice because it's kind of a refreshing take on her character. I think it made her a very great character at that point. And during the second Sindra arc is when we actually get to see her fight, and probably the more very classic battle between her and Sinbad, and also the moment when Sinbad brainwashes her using Zafar and implants that in her. And it's also in times like these when we learn deeper into her backstory and when she actually becomes friends with Alibaba as well. It's quite nice, to be honest. And obviously she took place in the battle with the medium, and well, she doesn't do much, but she does her part. It's very tough. That is quite a monster. And obviously during the war after the medium battle, she unfortunately betrays her family against her own will when she's brainwashed by Solomon. Not by Solomon, by Sinbad, sorry. And that's the moment when she just hates Sinbad. There is a deep hatred for Sinbad at that point. And it's one of the rare moments where she doesn't wear that emotion on her sleeve. She actually keeps that to herself, how she hates him and she can't forgive him. And after the time skip, she does eventually become the new emperor or princess or whatnot of Ko. And then we see that Alibaba helps her get the whole Ko back into, a good standing, a good shape. It's a nice end to the story right there, and it kind of is what it is at that point, because then she's obviously in the final battle, she's kind of there when she's brainwashed, and then come end of series, there's kind of that thing between her and Aladdin, which is interesting. I guess we'll never really know where that's gonna go, but that was really it for her story, which is actually quite a lot. She's involved in pretty much every arc that she's introduced in, which is cool. She's a really great character. And now with her relationships, of course, she first loved Sinbad when they first met. But after brainwashing her, it's not really that surprising why she hates her when he made her betray her kingdom. With her brothers, obviously like Kougyoku Ren, she loves them a lot, she likes them, and she has a great relation, especially with Kougyoku Ren. With Alibaba, she's probably her first friend in that way, and they have quite a great relationship. With Judal, they're also great friends, same situation as well, it's a different type of friendship with Alibaba, but they have quite a nice relationship. With Koban Ka, of course, they have just a great relationship. That is her support system right there. Like, there is no doubt that is a great relationship. And of course with Aladdin, of course they have that kind of like a sibling rivalry kind of like relationship. But kind of series, that does seem to be something there, so I guess we'll never really know where that goes, but there is something there. Now, as for some trivia, obviously courtesy of the Magi fandom wiki, which is where I get a lot of the information, because it's been a while since I've read Magi, it's been a while. So, she's the same age as her brother, Koha. Her hobby is beauty care and fashion, her weakness is making friends, her special skill is fencing, her name means ruby or crimson jade. I mean, there is like a few interesting trivias, but nothing too crazy, to be honest. But yeah, if you like those, well, there you go, that extra information. And for her powers and abilities, she kind of has like this water fish-like Dijin, and it's really, really cool, especially when it's surrounded by water where she has an advantage. She's not that strong though, that's at least in my opinion. She gets overrated quite a lot in the fanbase, because if you think about it, she is fighting on an ocean and she still lost to Sinbad, or Sinbad wasn't going serious and was able to easily outclass her when she was in her like own advantage. That's just my opinion. I know a couple of people disagree, I'm not sure why, but I mean, given it's Sinbad, Sinbad's overpowered as hell, so there is that. I guess maybe it's not the best comparing it to someone like Sinbad, but still, compared to like a Magi, she's not doing much, but she's pretty strong nonetheless. She's even, without her Jin, she's actually stronger than average. Even without that, with her, just her swordplay alone, she's quite powerful. And yeah, that is the Kougyoku Ren video done. I hope you guys liked it. Lizards, this is for you, man. I didn't know what video to make, so it was a nice idea. I thought it was a good one. And obviously, a lot of the information came courtesy of the Magi fandom wiki, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't remember that much. But yes, I hope you guys did like it. I'm not sure how long this is gonna be. I hope it's not too short. Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, these tend to be shorter nowadays because I'm not rambling. I'm kind of going off a script and all that. So, which sucks. I wish they were longer, but it is what it is. Still, I hope you guys liked it. And yeah, if you have any suggestions on who you want to see next, please let me know. Not including Sinbad, I'm saving Sinbad's video for a special occasion. So yeah, but if you have any Magi characters you want to see, just let me know, and I'll start working on that. Alright? And that's all. Take care.